that you found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, love, laugh, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Fay on ubnradio.com.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon here at the Sunset Gower Studios, Universal Broadcasting Network, and every Thursday at 7 PST for your drive home on my 1 year now syndicated talk radio CNBC out of Loma Linda, KCAA AM 1050. And you can always call in 832-999-1050 to listen and tune in here anytime, UBN. Also on iTunes, my past shows, and YouTube. So there's plenty of ways to get advice that I'm not using. And before we get started with our call-in show, I wanted to just recognize a couple of people that are tuning in based on my fabulous privilege of traveling around the planet, spreading and splattering peace. So the first one goes to Angel, who was kind enough to recognize me as she was working at the Dome and the Convention Center over in Atlanta, Georgia. That was an amazing weekend, followed by all of my Uber drivers out in Hotlanta, as well as in San Francisco. Also, a real peace shout out to all the people that put on the celebration of 80 years of the Dalai Lama, one of my favorite teachers. Happy birthday to you. That's to the Dalai Lama, celebrating 80 years of just being a great example of peace. Also, all my new listeners from my weekend or my summer vacation with my daughters in San Francisco. Love that city. So peace in and peace out to all of the people who are now newly introduced to Dr. Marissa, your midlife opportunity coach. And that's why we do our second week of the month, that time of the month, call-in episodes where I get to talk to listeners who want to have a little bit more balance in their life. So this is a balance tune-up, alignment, as well as smog checking, any critical thinking that isn't working for you. So without further ado, I do believe we have our first and also thank you to my co-producer of these particular shows, Jarvis Essex, the one and the only. Let's have a little love. And also an extension of that little love to my station manager and owner here, Tony Sweet, who is awesome. All right, Naomi from Oregon, welcome to the program.
Hi.
Hello, Naomi. You are from one of my daughter's favorite states in the world, Oregon. So first thing she loves it there. She's a vegan, so I think that's part of the reason. But we're going to talk about you, not her. So the first thing I'd like you to do is just put your feet on the ground, your palms up, gently close your eyes, and connect with me through breath, taking a deep breath in through the nose. Good, and release. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees. And breathing in again. Good, and releasing all the stories and the drama. And one more deep breath in, connecting with me through chi, eternal energy. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And on a scale of 1 to 10, if I were to ask you to rate your current state of relationships with people, 1 being not great and 10 being fabulous, where would you rate yourself with respect to relationships? 6. And then on the scale for job or career, same scale, how would you rate yourself?
5.
5. And the last one is health and well-being. how would you rate yourself?
7.
7. All right. So 7 is good. We're going to give a little gratitude to your health and well-being. That way the other 2 scales can listen in and want to go up. And we're going to go with the lowest one, which wasn't that much lower. Maybe we'll have time to talk about relationships. But what would make the 5 go up with respect to job career?
Probably going into something that I enjoy a little bit more, because currently I'm at a retail job, so that's not like the funnest. But I would like to work with like dogs or more people.
Okay. More people that aren't shopping.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. All right. And so you like animals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you like working with people. And what more would you need to do to prepare yourself to move into that?
Put myself out there more.
Okay.
To do that. Yeah.
Okay. And so right now in retail, what are the things that you do like about what you do and what you're doing with retail?
I like being able to problem solve and help people get like the best deals possible, because I help them with their weddings, and I understand that is a very stressful thing. Mm-hmm. So I try to like make it as inexpensive as possible, but still where they can get the most out of it.
Okay. So you are a problem solver. You enjoy helping people. Okay. And have you have you ever looked around and seen someone doing something or seen a job posting that you said, "Oh, that's what I want to do"?
Yes.
Okay. And what was that?
It was working at just this little dog grooming spot close to my house.
Okay.
And they like take in like animals and they just let them chill there and help them out and whatnot.
Okay. And have you applied there?
Not yet. I was actually going to do that today.
Oh, good. All right. So that's definitely your homework. So you are going to put your application in there. And then along with that, what other things can you do to put yourself out there? So it sounds like you know that you need to do something different, but what holds you back?
Just because I've been at my job for like a year.
Okay.
And it's pretty stable, and I get like pretty good benefits, and I know that I would be able to work my way up to a higher position, but it's just a very stressful job.
Okay. All right.
And
so
people aren't very happy in it.
Okay. So you have experience, you know what you like. And when you know what you like, then you can point yourself in either the direction of what you like or what you don't like. Okay, so here's a quick and fast law of attraction lesson. So when you are in something that you don't like, you always have the choice of focusing on the things that you like about your job or what you don't like about your job. So what happens is if you focus only on what you don't like about your job, guess what gets bigger?
The don't like me.
Exactly. In psychology, we call it the Pygmalion effect. So what you pay attention to grows. Okay? So, and then what happens is you get yourself to the point where you actually can't see anything except that which reinforces your belief. So if you don't like the people you work with, guess what? You're going to get a lot of data that continues to show you why you don't like them. If you believe there's a lot of stress on the job, I'm not saying that there isn't, but here's the part you can influence. If you say there's a lot of stress on your job, guess what you're going to notice first? A stressful situation or not a stressful situation?
Stressful situation.
Yes. So
definitely.
in your day, I'm guessing there's probably 100 things that happen. Correct? In a normal day, right? About 100 things. So 100 things, and probably I would say 20 of the 100 are stressful and 80 of the 100 are not stressful. Would that be fair?
Mhm.
I think it used to be that way, but right now it seems like 99 things are stressful. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because when you go into where you are, there are plenty of things that are going well. There are some people that you like to work with, correct?
Mhm.
It's nice getting that paycheck, correct? It's nice getting the
Yes.
benefits, correct? It's nice. I bet you
Yes.
get compliments. You sound like a nice person. I bet you get
Thank
compliments
you.
for what you do. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So there, that's what I'm talking about. If you counted every point of interaction or everything that happened to you day to day in that job, there would be more that was positive and not stressful than there was stressful. But what happens is when there is stressful, our attention goes just there and then it grows bigger. And then the whole day's ruined. Now, I'm not telling you that you should stay in this job at all. Okay, it sounds like you're pretty clear what you like and what you don't like, and you do sound young. Are you young?
Yes. I'm
Okay,
only
good.
18.
Oh, you got so much time, which is wonderful.
Yes.
So I'll tell you the things that I would like you to start doing is first thing in the morning when you wake up, instead of grabbing the thought you had last night about the stressful part of your job, I want you to start and condition your brain to focus on the good things. I love the stability of my paycheck. I love the benefits. Is there some people that you work with that you like?
Yes.
Okay.
I have some pretty good friends that I work with now.
Wonderful. Okay. So say, I'm grateful that I get to work with, what's two of their names?
Alex and Sabrina.
Okay, so I'm grateful that I have friends that I get to work with, Alex and Sabrina. I am grateful that I get to help people. I'm grateful that I helped this particular bride who actually told my boss that I did a great job. I'm sure that happened, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's focus on what is good and not stressful about your job. And what's going to happen, the reason why I'm asking you to do this is not because it's going to mean you're going to stay there forever. Absolutely not. It means that you're opening yourself for possibilities. And when you're in that possibility place is when you're going to notice the next time you go on Facebook, you're going to notice something go by that says, like animals. Whereas if you were in that space of, I hate my job, I don't want it to go there, why can't I do something else, I don't want to leave the money, and all of that negative thought, because it is possible that you can work with animals and make a lot more money than you're making now. Is that possible?
Indeed.
Is it possible? Is it possible that after a year of working with animals, you're probably going to say, maybe I'll stick with humans? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Is it possible that this whole life is about you exploring and trying out as many possible things as you can, and it's okay to change your mind? Is it possible?
It is.
It is possible. So here's the BS that we're going to get rid of, the belief system that that the only way to get a stable paycheck or a stable is to stay in something that you hate. Because that's basically what you've laid out for me. I don't want to leave because then I won't make money like this. That's BS. We're smog checking that one. Okay? Because it's not true. It's not true. You could quite possibly land yourself a job that you absolutely love that will pay you the same or not more, if not more. Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where we're going. That's the intention that we're going to set for you. That we're going to, and it might even be the job you're in. Who knows? If you start focusing on all of the positive aspects of what you're doing right now, what happens is that whole picture of what you're doing shifts. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's your homework for your job. And you're still going to put your application in for the other.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then the number one thing that I want you to be grateful for, which is something for our younger generation, in the old days, if you were in a job for a year and you left, there's something wrong with you. You have no stability. You have no stay power. You're not productive. You've been asked to leave. That's not true anymore. You are so fortunate to be in this generation where you have more and more people support you in the let's explore. Let's try something different. You know, it's funny, you say a year is a long time in this job. In the old days, that would have been a New York second. Okay? So I want you to be grateful and specifically positive about all of the aspects. Now, a lot of the news and the programming talks about, oh, you know, the younger generation is really in trouble. They're not going to be able to work and there's nothing left. And all of that negative, CNN, constantly negative news is causing and continuing to get to have our country focus on things that are not working. And when you focus on things that are not working, we get more of what is not working. So that's why that's the method behind the madness for me, asking you to start the day setting yourself focusing on what's working. Because that is going to make the number one difference in this area called job career. Do you believe me?
Yes.
Good. Because it's true, whether you believe me or not. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it in my life. All right, so we have enough time. Let's go to relationships, okay? What is not working in your relationships?
Probably just like being able to fully communicate how I'm feeling.
Okay. And what stops, and with who?
With my dad and my stepmom.
Okay, your dad and your stepmom. And let's see, what if you could say, I don't know if they're listening now, but in the kindest possible way, what would be some of the things that you would like to be able to communicate to them?
In the kindest way.
Yes.
Oh,
did you notice the way I asked you for the kindest way?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Well, you've heard of that expression. Well, maybe you haven't because you're young. It's easier to catch bees with honey than with vinegar. Have you heard that?
No.
Probably not. And there we have the generation gap. Well, I'm going to tell you that that's one of the best expressions. So now you can pass it on to your youngin' friends.
Definitely.
It's better to catch bees. It's easier. You'll catch more bees with honey than with vinegar. That says, and it's also one of the agreements that one of my past guests, the mega bestseller Don Miguel Ruiz, says, be impeccable with your word. When you are impeccable with your word, not only to others but to yourself, do you think you feel better or worse?
Better.
Yes, because there's never, ever, ever a reason to be brutally honest. Ever. I've not yet once come up against a good situation to be brutally honest. That whole expression, and people who say, well, I have to be honest. No, you don't. Not everybody needs to have your opinion. Not everybody has a right to your opinion. It's your opinion. You know, if someone really feels like they look really, really nice in something, and you think they look horrible, and you think you have the right to tell them for their own good, don't! Because it's just your taste. There may be 8 people out there who really appreciate what they're wearing or how they look. But we, especially as Americans, we have this thing that we say, well, you know, everybody has to know what I think. Like everybody has a right to my opinion. I know it's a little ironic because my show's called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. But that aside, you really don't have to be mean. You really don't have to be that brutally honest. So the things that you want to tell them, and communication is just an invitation. So if you can see what you want to ask as an invitation, people don't have to accept your invitation. So the balance here is Some people are on this end completely brutally honest, and they have to say everything on their mind, even if it hurts that person's feeling. I'm not saying that at all. On the other side is you don't say anything. And you're afraid to say something, or you don't want to say something, so you just bottle it up and just it eats and eats and eats at you, and then negative energy takes more space than positive energy, and then you have no goodwill at all. So it sounds like you're on that end. So where's the balance? So give me one example of something that it is that they're doing or saying that you feel is disrespectful to you, is my guess.
Well, last year I was kicked out by my stepmom.
Okay.
And she made my dad choose between her and I.
Oh,
and I felt like that was very disrespectful.
Okay. Yeah, that qualifies as one of those Edwin Gaines moments when it does. I don't know if I can say SUCK on FCC. Can I? It's not a great situation. Let's just say it's not a great situation when you feel like you've been betrayed, right, by your father, by having him choose someone else over you. I'm not saying that shouldn't feel bad. Okay? So you have a choice to hold that against her and against him for the rest of your life, because it happened, right? And it was not cool, and you can be mad from now until you die. Is that going to make you feel good or not so good?
Not so good.
Not so good. So you have a choice in every moment to focus on what's good about a person or what's not good about a person. Now, I'm guessing that your dad has some good qualities.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So out of 10 qualities, how many of them are good?
Probably about half.
Half? Okay. No more than half?
Not always.
Not always.
She brings out the worst side in him.
Okay, okay. So before her, he was what number?
He was like a 10.
He was a 10. Oh, we got a daddy's girl here. Okay, so he did no wrong at all. And then since the advent of her, he's now gone from a 10 to a 5, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you could choose from now until you die to have an all-out competition/war against her for changing your dad into a 5 out of 10. And you can hold that very close to your heart and become the glasses through which you see your relationship with your father from now until you die. Okay? That's your choice. And that's the part that I told you about, where you get a choice to choose what you don't like or choose to focus on what you do like. Okay? So you have a choice at this moment right now. Take a breath. You can choose, Miss Oregon, to focus on those 5 things that you really still do love about your dad. And you can choose to see your stepmom as someone who does sometimes make him happy. Does she make him happy sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. So you have, thank you for being honest, you have the choice of focusing on that instead of how unhappy she makes you. Do you see that? Do you see how, do you see the power of your choice? It's not easy. It's a skill, and it's like a muscle. You have to work at it. It's going to take probably at least 21 days of active appreciation, only looking at the 5 good things about your dad. And is there 1.5 thing that's good about her?
Occasionally.
Okay. We got an occasionally. That's a 0.5. Okay. So focus on that occasionally. Bring that memory back into your mind before you talk to her. Before you say anything to her, you remember the good. You remember the moment when she was occasionally nice. If you can choose to focus on that and choose to focus on your dad's half good right now and choose to focus that she does make him happy and you do want him happy, then your relationship with them and what you need to say and how you say it will come out so easily and so nicely and so sweetly that the relationship will change. I promise you. You want to try it? You want to take the Dr. Marissa challenge? It looks like we lost her. we're almost there, ending anyways. Naomi?
Yes.
Oh, good. We thought we lost you. You want to take that challenge? Do you accept?
Yes.
You do. Good. I'm so glad. Because I promise if you do that part, then the friendly universe opens up all the possibilities, both on your job and on your relationships. Thank you so much for sharing a part of your life with me, and best of everything to you. And I expect you to check in and let me know if you got the job at the pet store, and after a year if you still like animals.
Definitely.
And you can always do it as a part-time thing on Saturday too. You can always volunteer there. So that way you're keeping both. You've got so many options. And if you if you rewatch this, I want you to look, and I'm going to look in your eyes right now. You can accomplish anything you put your heart and mind and soul to. All right, Naomi?
All right.
All right. Take care. Thanks, Naomi. And next we have on the line, this is, if you just tuned in, this is the call-in second week of the month episode of Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. And before we go to the caller, my co-producer's telling me to go and thank the sponsors that we have who make this show possible. We'll be back in Tuanu. Peace in and peace out.
Have you ever had a sweet potato cookie? Be the talk of the holiday table with Yam Good cookies and 4 unique tastes. All sweet potato with either pecan, ginger pecan, pineapple coconut, even topped with almonds. Available in West LA. So follow us on social media and visit www.yamgoodcookies.com to order. A holiday treat launched in the season of Thanksgiving that will now be enjoyed all year long. So have a Yam Good holiday.
Does your skin look and feel tired? Do you want to look younger than you are? Do you want a youthful glow at any age? Then you're in for a treat. Stem cell research formulated by a Beverly Hills doctor has been scientifically proven to stop the aging process. For more information on this miraculous product, call 310-625-8097. That's 310-625-8097, or go to www.proyouthinT.jeuneuseglobal.com. That's proyouthinT.jeunesse.global.com. And tell them Dr. Marissa sent you. And we're back. You are tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon here at Out of the Sunset Gower Studios, Hollywood, California, and on Thursdays on my syndicated CNBC News Radio channel, KCAA AM 1050, and a shout out to my station owner over there too, Fred. Thank you so much. He listened to my Psychic Lawyer show last week and said it was a great show. It's always nice getting kudos from your boss. But we have callers on our call-in show who are looking to balance their life tires and smog check their critical thinking that isn't working for them. And we do have from, let's see, it's North Carolina, Stacy. Welcome to the show. Hi, Stacy.
Hello, how are you?
I am happy. Thank you. Welcome to the show. And are you driving?
No, I'm not.
Good. Could you put your feet on the ground for me and put your palms up and gently close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose and releasing all the stories and the drama. And another breath in. And soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees. And one more deep breath in, connecting with me through chi. The breath, eternal energy. And release, gently opening your eyes. And now we're connected. On a scale of 1 to 10, in the area of health and well-being, how would you rate yourself? 1 being and 10 being fabulous. Where are you with respect to health and well-being?
I would say a 7.
A 7, all right. And that's a good number, so we want to acknowledge that. How about in the area of relationships?
I would say a 5.
A 5, okay.
Yeah.
And then in the last area of job and career?
That one is about a 4.
A 4. Okay. So that one's a little lower.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about that one instead of relationships?
No, I'd actually like to talk about a relationship.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Usually I go with a lower number, and I had that feeling. So we're connected. Tell me, what would you like to change to improve about your relationships?
Actually, it's me more than the other person in the relationship.
Good self-awareness.
I feel like I'm going into this relationship with a lot of baggage from previous relationships. And I want to be able to see this person as he is and not as other people that I've previously dated.
So he's going to thank me after the show if you take my advice that I'm not using, right? Okay,
Exactly.
I'm ready. Okay, so that's really good self-awareness. You are setting an intention. You don't want to see him as the other people that you've had in relationships. Okay, so let's start here. What are the things in the past relationships that really saddened you or maddened you? What did they do?
They were untrustworthy.
Okay, they cheated on you.
Yes.
Okay.
They were cheaters. They didn't treat me very nice at all. So a lot of emotional abuse.
Okay.
That's basically the key things.
Okay.
About those relationships.
So those are important things. So let's unpack your emotional baggage.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Bag 1. So when you were in those relationships, and a relationship, I was told long time ago by someone very wise that the person that you're with is either someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with or someone you're going to learn something very important about yourself with. All right? So what you learned from those past relationships were that you don't want someone who is untrustworthy, and you don't want someone who doesn't treat you well.
Right.
Okay. So you've had more than one of those, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
How many?
At least 3.
Okay. So there's a pattern here. So the first so the first suitcase we're going to open is, what about yourself leads you to choose men who do that?
I think it was in the past a lack of self-love.
Okay. Good. Good.
and acceptance.
Good. Okay. So now, do you love yourself?
You know what? I hesitate because I am learning to love myself more and more every day.
Good. Because it is a process. And
Yes.
but you are moving in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when do you I want this planted really strong.
Okay.
What do you say and do in your life that proves that you love yourself?
I think I treat myself fairly well.
Okay.
In
So
terms of, go ahead.
do you keep your word to yourself? Like if you say, I'm not going to do this, then you don't do it, or I want to do this and you do it. Do you keep your word to yourself?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I do that.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a great, huge building block of loving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Say what you mean what you say. Okay?
Right.
Do you like spending time with yourself?
Yes. Maybe too much time with myself.
Okay.
But yes, I do enjoy spending time with myself.
Good. Do you do things that make you feel good about yourself? Do you say nice things to people, do things for people, do things for yourself that make you feel good about yourself? Esteem for esteemable acts.
I definitely do things for other people. As far as myself, not so much.
Okay. So there's something that you can do for yourself. What do you like to do? If I had time, I would blankety blank. What are those things?
Okay. If I had time, I would, I don't know. I can't even think of what I would do if I had time.
Okay, you're in North Carolina. Do you like going to the beach?
I do like going to the beach.
Okay.
Maybe I would do that.
Okay. Do you like going to the movies?
Yeah, I like going to the movies.
Do you like enjoying good food?
I love to eat.
Okay. Do you like volunteering?
Do I like what?
Volunteering.
Yes, I love volunteering.
Okay. Do you like meeting new people?
I love meeting new people.
Okay.
See, those are things I like to do, but are those things for myself or for other people?
Those are for you.
Okay.
You like doing those things. If you like doing those things, then do those things. I have a play date with myself. And like you, oftentimes I have more play dates with myself than I probably should because I actually have a really good time with myself.
Right.
And that's,
right.
I was not that way before. I had everything always planned. I had social activities here, and doing this and doing that. And I was so busy and I was so always being for other people or being in the midst of this craziness and part of it was I didn't feel comfortable by myself. I didn't feel comfortable just within me. And now I have that. Now the problem is I have that so much that if I have a choice between getting together with someone who complains a lot and I love them to death or staying by myself, I want to stay by myself. And my daughter the other day said, why aren't you dating? Why aren't you in a relationship? Why don't you have a relationship? And I said, to be honest with you, if I met a man who made me feel as good about myself as I make myself feel good about myself, I'd be with him. But because I make myself feel good about myself and the men that I, have been meeting, they're great, but it's more work. Right? So I'm not saying that I'm not open to it, but that's my criteria. So that sounds like where you're going to, right?
Right.
You want to get to that place. You're feeling more and more good about yourself. Now, are you feeling good about yourself to acknowledge and forgive yourself for picking people who did not love you in behavior?
That is deep.
Thank you
that's a great
very
question.
much. Thank you very much. You see how we turn this thing around? It's not about
Very
them
good.
being the bad guys. You picked them. You picked them. You attracted
Right.
men who treated you, and trust me, darling, I did it in a big way. I married one. So I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. But
Yeah.
what we don't realize is we attract where we are. As women, as men, in our relationships, we have so
Right.
much more control than we think we do. We have so much more influence based on where we are. I attracted him because that's where I was. I was a wounded, blaming, ashamed child who attracted someone who would treat me poorly because I treated me poorly. And you did the same thing.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So you now,
Definitely.
as a direct result of working and being courageous and are loving yourself more and more, you have attracted a man who's not like that. You did
Correct.
that.
Yes.
So don't go backwards.
Okay. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Say that again.
You're exactly right.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Couldn't resist that. I found out on the air that I have Leo in 6 planets, so I can't help myself.
Wow.
This is
Thank you.
No, I mean, I got it for you. I know
my
you got it too.
gosh.
I know you got it too. Because it's not about white knuckling it and sitting with him and thinking of the right things to say and, forcing yourself to see him differently. It's got nothing to do with that. The root here is you. The root here is saying, hey, I did pretty darn good. And the more I
deserve this.
Absolutely. Say that again.
I deserve this.
Yeah. You do,
I deserve
darling.
him.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You've worked very hard to work out this part of you so that you don't continue to attract people that treat you the way you treat yourself, the way that you see yourself.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That's so wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah, I love what I do.
I feel great. Yes,
I'm
thank
very,
you so
very,
much.
very
You're
grateful.
beautiful at it. I
Oh,
appreciate
thank
you so much.
you. I'm taking you home with me. But this is where, I get to do this. I have a private life balance coaching practice, and I get to do this all the time. And then I do it in corporations. And I mean, that's why I have no line between work and play. I love that I get to do this. This is like, and it's not me. It's not me. I call him my UPS man. It's my universal power source, and he delivers every morning when I pray and meditate. And this is exactly, and I actually had a client accidentally butt dial me this morning. And so I was like up way before, like 5, way before than I normally, and I was like, ugh, I'm going to be tired and it's a show day and blah, blah. And then I realized that when I'm tired, I have less ego, although that wasn't a good show of it. I have less ego. I have less block or, barrier between me and the inspiration. So that wasn't me. That was pure, loving, friendly universe talking to you. Because
thank you for being the vessel.
Yes, my UPS man totally delivered through my lack of sleep. But I'm just so grateful that you got it, because this is it. Because now it's always going to be this or better. Whether this one works, your picker is so good, is so beautiful, is so, you are acting on your behalf now. Your energy, your level of attraction, you're vibrating so in love that you cannot help. You're going to be like, they're going to be all over you. All the best men in the world are going to be all over you. You're going to have so many to pick from because you've
Oh, wow.
made it your life work now to love yourself, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Not the selfish, I'm so full of myself, I'm hot shiitake, that kind of
Right.
love. We get all that mixed
Right.
up because we're taught, don't be too whatever. But I had Dee Wallace, the mom from ET, and I just love her because she's
Yeah.
like, I'm fabulous. And you're
Yeah.
fabulous, and quit talking like
Thank
you're
you.
not fabulous. You're fabulous.
Right.
Right?
And there's nothing wrong with feeling like that about yourself.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't, because
Right.
that's our birthright. Our birthright is one of joy and beauty and love and wonder and bliss and kindness and generosity and peace and serenity. Should I go on? That's our birthright. That is what we're supposed to be and do and have on the planet. And you have unique talents, gifts, and abilities, and a desire, and a wonder, and a special connection. You sound fabulous, by the way.
Thank you. I receive it. Thank you.
Good.
So
If you're ever in Southern California, make sure you check in with me.
I will.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you. God bless you.
blessing. My blessing. All right. And that was, we'll give her a little more love. What's his name, by the way, so we can give him a love shout out?
Adrian.
Adrian. Oh, perfect. Adrian. You are the object and the attracted, perfect man for Stacy right now, and I'm just breathing so much wonder and love and excitement and joy and fun for both of you. So there you go. There you go. Thanks, Adrian.
Thank
All right.
Yes. All right.
Take care.
Thank you, doctor.
Peace in and peace
Bye-bye.
out. All right. That was so much fun. Jarvis is like, Yes. And, okay, so we are actually at the end of the show. This is the end of the show. I'm in a really funky place now. Welcome to the Balance Bar, where I get to tell you what's going on and how you can join me and what is balancing. So the first thing is we are round 49 of the 21-day Fast from Complaining with Dr. Marissa. Today is day 14. If you're not on my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, or my LinkedIn, get there so you can get annoyed every morning with me when I give you the balance tip to stay 21 days without complaining. And today, balance tip is step away from the device. Oftentimes we complain because things aren't going our way. And actually, when things aren't going our way, it's usually a sign that they're not supposed to go that way. And that the easier, softer way is to, and in my Tai Chi form, it's called, here's the wheel of life, and we're going this way, and we roll over the stones and the pebbles very easily. But when we come up against a boulder or something that can't, be moved, we usually hit ourselves against it, and there's blood all over, and we try to push. So instead of that, don't complain, but just take a breath and do the other direction. So this direction is called offering, and we're offering up resistance to the boulder. So acceptance and say, okay, I guess we're not supposed to go in that direction, because any obstacle, whether it's a deal that doesn't go through, a relationship that doesn't work, a job offer that doesn't go through, a project, whatever it is, if you choose to believe in a friendly universe, then every single thing that happens is for your divine and best good. And if that is true, then when things don't work out, they're not supposed to work out right now. There's something we don't know. I choose to believe this. It makes my life a lot easier. I don't spend a lot of energy banging my head against the wall. I step away from the device. So there's your balance tip for the day. August 1st, please come join me on the beach. Yes, I go to Sedona once a year, and then I do my balance retreat at the beach in Seal Beach, August 1st, 9 to 2. No experience necessary. I'll be teaching meditation, still meditation, and moving meditation, my balanced Tai Chi Gong on the sand by the ocean of abundance. So please do sign up. If you sign up before the event, it's only $88 from 9 to 2, includes a healthy box lunch. And if you want to wait till that day, then it's $108. So that's the balanced tip for the day on the 21-day fast from complaining, which you can also help me make into an app by going to GoFundMe.com/HRAXLO. And that would be awesome if you want to support me making the app. You get the app first, and it's really fun. My daughter and I'm now a family business. My younger daughter, Sarah, is a fabulous graphic artist. We've got all these sounds and ideas and a game shaping up for that. And if you're interested in pre-ordering my Balanced Parenting book, it's the center between the rod and the spoil, and you are a parent and you're wondering how to raise children in this day and age of technology, and also, that balance between being too controlling and not controlling enough, then you'll want to pick up that book. And we are taking pre-orders now. So forbalance.org. Next week, you cannot miss next week. Back by popular demand, we have the retired professor and Marianne. That's right, Dawn Wells. Marianne from Gilligan's Island will be my co-host again on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. Remember, it's all about balance. Peace in and peace out.
Don't take away the part of me that wants to stay. It's all I want to hear my life and sing along. For without it, there's no laughter, no tears alone.